Guys, in the first part of the video I took apart my Umarex TP50, the compact version. As you can see, everything has been taken apart. In this video I'm going to put back everything together. I start with the trigger. This is the trigger front side and this is the back side. This is the trigger spring. It has a short side and a long side. The short side will go inside here, whereas the long side will go on the opposite side, sticking out. Just like this. Then I take my flathead screwdriver and then I'll push the longer side that it rests on top of this edge here. Like that. Now it's firmly in place. Next, I'm going to take the upper part of the trigger. So this thing that resembles a horse shoe, this is where these two sides of the trigger will rest. And when the trigger is pulled, this thing moves forward. I'll place the trigger on top of this pin here. Now, as you can see, the longer side of the trigger spring rests on top of this edge right here. Now, this has to go all the way to the bottom, so it's locked into place. To do that, I use a flathead screwdriver, and then I push this gently forward and then downwards, like that. As you can see now, we push it all the way to the bottom. Now it's locked into place. I hope it can be seen in the video. The trigger sits firmly in its place. I test it by pulling the trigger. Next, I'm going to put back the bolt catcher and the spring. I put it on top of this pin here. This is the spring for the bolt catcher. It has two sides, one short side and one long side. And it goes right on top of this pin here. The short side will go on the right side and the long side of the spring will go on the left side. Like this. Now the long side of the spring has to be pulled over and then it has to be locked into the place at the edge of the bolt catcher here. To do that, I'll turn the inner shell on the opposite side. Then with my thumb, I'll place it here, keeping the short side of the spring in its place. And with my finger, I'll push up a little bit the longer side and then over to lock it into place in the bolt catcher. It is a little bit slippery because it's well greased, so yeah, now it's in place. As you can see, it sits firmly in its place. I'll push it down a little bit with my fingers to make sure that it's locked in tight. As you can see, that's the case. Next, I'm going to put back in the valve chamber. This is the O-ring, a bolt spring. To put it back, what I like to do is I take the shell and wrap my hand around it. Then with my thumb, I push down the spring, the bolt the bolt catcher so it's in the straight line. Then I take the welder chamber with my other end, and while I put it in its place, I put my thumb on top of the bolt catcher spring here so it stays in place and it doesn't fly out. Then I push the welder chamber firmly in its place. Until it's locked tight. As you can see, now everything is locked tight. These things are the most difficult parts of putting back the launcher. Now I'm going to put back the barrel. This is the detent. Putting it back, it is locked into place. As you can see, when I pull the trigger, it goes to the detent over like that. Then I put back the magazine guider. Then the magazine spring. Now I take the inner shell, the upper part of the inner shell, and I put it in its place, and then I push it down firmly with my hand. Now, as last step, I screw all screws back in with a Phillips head screwdriver. When you do that, guys, it's best to not screw them tight, very tight, because you run the risk of damaging the head. I'm not going to screw them back in now to save time. After you have done that, all the screws are screwed in. You take the lower part of the outer shell, and then you put the launcher like this in its place. Then you take the handle. Then you screw back all 5 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After we have done that, you put first the lower part of the upper shell. Then you put the launcher here, gently and slowly. Then, as last, but certainly not least, you put back the upper part of the lower shell, like that. Then you screw back in the 5 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's it, you are done. There is a video on how to take apart and put back this type of launcher that was done by John from Alternate Arms Self-Defense. That was the video that gave me the confidence I needed, so I could take apart my own launcher. And the reason that I'm doing this on video is because I want to pay it forward. And I really hope that this video will help other users by giving them the confidence that they need to take apart their own compact launchers. Thank you very much for watching the video, and I wish you a very nice day.